Hello, welcome to week 80. I know I look a bit smarter than I usually do, but it's my last day teaching at university today until after Christmas, so I thought I'd go in looking like a normal human being rather than the kind of ragtag t-shirt and jeans that I normally wear. Last week's video is pretty interesting. I posed this idea of whether we think of triathlon being one sport or three joined together, or some of you were mentioning the idea of nutrition and transition. All those kind of things are all part of it as well, which they are. So really, are they 5 or 6 disciplines? And even though I didn't get that many views on the video, there was some pretty interesting debate about that, and it's something that maybe I'll look at maybe at the beginning of next season. Just have a look at the sort of considerations we need to put into the sports because we have the other sports following on to them, and the sort of things that we have to do that standalone runners, cyclists and swimmers don't have to think about. It's also starting to feel quite Christmassy at the minute. Here in Bristol, the lights have gone up and people are starting to buy all their Christmas presents and all those kind of things. Now, whatever your take is on Christmas, I do love this time of year. I really enjoy the fact that everybody stops for a short while and that everybody can spend a bit of time with their families and friends and just relax and enjoy themselves a bit. We've had loads of kind of kids things going on this week, and it's been quite nice to soak all that up after the last couple of mental months that we've had and watch people start to relax and go and do some of the fates and the Christmas things that have been going on in Cleveland this week. So what have I been up to this week? Well, I've noticed that I've been a little bit more motivated this week, thinking about the sort of run sessions and bike sessions that I might be doing. I've been out for a couple of runs, I've been done a couple of swims, and rather than thinking of them as just ticking over or kind of winter training, I've actually been starting to think a little bit more about the strategy and the structure of what I'm going to be doing over these next couple of weeks whilst I've got a bit of time off of work. And I don't just think it's this time away from work that's having an impact on it. My motivation that feels like it's starting to build again has come from the most unexpected place. I didn't film anything this week of any of the sessions that I did, mainly, and I think it's the first week I haven't actually in the last 80 weeks, but mainly because I just wanted to go and do them without thinking about where I was going to stop and put the camera or anything like that. One of the sessions that I did this week was with the Triathlon Club, and we went to a gym in Nailsea, which is about 6 miles away, and there's a girl called Charlotte Taylor-Green who's a fantastic runner. She's a local kind of celebrity really. She was one of the pacers at the London Marathon. She's a 2:36 marathon runner, came to it really late on in life. A little bit of a kind of similar story to me in terms of the fact that she's not a lifelong athlete and has kind of travelled down some different roads in her lifestyle, but she's kind of finally found the one thing that she's got an incredible talent at, which is running. And she ran a strength and conditioning session for our triathlon club at the gym that she works at. Now, I'm not one of those people that enjoys strength and conditioning. I'm not really sure I've ever really found anybody that generally does, because if that is your thing, you tend to be a bit of a gym bunny and going and doing all those kind of things. But I really enjoyed this session. I went there to kind of, not to make up numbers, but to show a little bit of commitment from the club, to show that there was kind of things going on. And I turned up and there was, I think it was 5 or 6 of us, and we did this brilliant session, and it's really inspired me to kind of actually start thinking a little bit more about my training in a little bit more of a cohesive way, but not just about the running, swimming and cycling. I really want to get into doing some strength and conditioning, because for the last 80 videos, right away from the very first one when I mentioned about my knee problem, I've known that I've got weaknesses that are causing me problems. I've had plantar fasciitis, and I know that's a glute problem. I know that's what caused it. And I've had my torn meniscus, and I also know that that's down to weak glutes. And if I'm thankful for anything in 2019, it's the fact that I've been able to get out and race again. I didn't really know at times in the spring whether I was actually going to be able to do any racing at all, and I realised that obviously I was able to race. Okay, I was overweight, I was out of shape, but by the time it came to Exmouth, I really felt like I was able to do something half decent. If I'm going to carry that on, no amount of run sessions, no amount of swim sessions, no amount of bike sessions is going to stop the fact that I've got this imbalance in my body. I've got hypermobile knees, I've got weak glutes, and if I don't sort those out, if I don't get some of that kind of strength and stability into those areas, it's going to bring a problem in the future, either this season, next season, in 5 years, in 10 years. And you know what? I don't want that. If I'm going to try and get back to my best, I need to have a good couple of seasons without injury, 2 or 3 consistent seasons without any problems at all, where I can get my weight down and build up my aerobic base and really get my top end speed back. And I can't do that if I'm injured. So really, this is a big thank you to Charlotte and to Tony for kind of arranging this strength and conditioning thing. But I just wasn't expecting it to come from here. Now it's something I'm going to be doing over the next week because I've got a bit of time off work now. What I want to do over the next couple of weeks is actually do it daily and actually talk about what I've done that particular day. And strength and conditioning and decent warm-ups and stretches and kind of mobility, conditioning, whatever you want to call them, exercises. I said conditioning too many times. Conditioning. I've said conditioning quite a few times. Or even as I learned, the idea of having activation sessions before you do your swim, bike or run, just to engage the muscles in what they're supposed to be doing, particularly my glutes, so that when I'm running, I'm actually firing them. So that's going to be my kind of big plan over this next 7 days, really, is to just document what I'm going to do, get out and run more. Nothing more than just kind of normal runs, normal bikes, normal swims. Just with a view to trying to do a little bit of activation before each one, whatever that may be, but also to try and get 2 of these circuits in to see if I can get this as part of my training. And I'm actually looking forward to it. I don't think it's going to be something that I'm going to find a problem. Whether I can maintain it or not, that's going to be the question. Anyway, that's my focus this week. Who thought that my little boost of motivation and mojo would come from a strength and conditioning session in a gym? It's really not my kind of cup of tea normally. So let's see how it goes. I'm also going to be able to make a bit of time up this week to start making those time trial videos. So if you are one of those people that started watching these videos because of the time trialing stuff that I was doing, I will be going back to this over the next week or so, filming the last 2 videos in the series and planning the further ones that I wanted to make. So apologies that they've been taking so long to come about, but that wasn't always my plan. Just that these last couple of months have been a little bit chaotic and a little bit mental. So that's about it. There's a subscribe button, there's a like button. I don't expect many people to be watching these videos, particularly this time of year. It's not really a kind of hot topic. I've noticed some of the other triathlon video guys on YouTube, their video counts are kind of dropping slowly over the kind of winter time, which is understandable. But if you are watching this for the first time and you want to watch more videos about following a journey, if you want to learn a little bit more about triathlon and all the disciplines that go into that, whether you think it's 1 or 3, then do consider hitting the subscribe button. But please give it a like, and yeah, maybe drop your comments below about what you think about strength and conditioning, whether you think you're a bit of a gym bunny, or whether you hate it, or whether you just tolerate it, or whether you just simply don't do it. Have a good week. I'll see you in week 81. Hope all your preparations for Christmas are going to plan, and I'll see you on the next one.